Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my match on WWE 2K25. This one is Black Tiger 2 taking on Pegasus Kid. And again, if you know, you know. I will go through why, if you don't know, what you need to know, I suppose, if that makes sense. We'll start things off, though, with Black Tiger 2. Now, Black Tiger, similar to what we discussed last week with Tiger Mask, is a character in New Japan who's been betrayed by 6 different people in the past. Black Tiger number 2 debuted in 1993 in New Japan and was portrayed, you might be able to see it in his eyes now, was portrayed by Eddie Guerrero, an absolute fantastic competitor who, of course, really fit the New Japan junior heavyweight division really, really well. And Black Tiger was brought in as a natural enemy to Tiger Mask. I believe he came in to feud against the original Tiger Mask, who he used the other day. I can't remember his bloody name now. He's got, what was it? I've got it here somewhere, I'm sure I have. No, maybe I haven't then, okay. Yeah, he came in to debut to fight against the original Tiger Mask. So, a really cool aspect. I mean, it's weird though, because you look at Tiger Mask and you look at the people that have portrayed Tiger Mask, and they're all very similar in style. They're all very similar in size as well, I suppose. There are differences, don't get me wrong. But then you look at Black Tiger, and again, most of them are similar. Eddie Guerrero, Silver King, Rocky Romero. And then you look at a couple of others. For example, the most recent iteration of Black Tiger was Tomohiro Ishii, who is a completely different shape and size, well, to any human being I've ever seen before, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's a crazy one, that one. And then right here we have the Pegasus Kid, who debuted in 1989 in New Japan, and he was portrayed at the time by, I say at the time, he was only ever portrayed by one person, which was Chris Benoit. And Chris Benoit and Black Tiger had a few very, very good matches together in New Japan. Apparently, looking at the old Wikipedia, which as we know is always correct, they had some really good matches, both of these guys, with the likes of Jushin Thunder Liger, Ultimo Dragon, El Samurai, some really, really cool stuff, and of course Tiger Mask as well. So it's great to see them. We've not used either of them in the past in our universe mode, and we are going to keep them as separate characters to the originals, if that makes sense. So Black Tiger 2 will be a separate character to Eddie Guerrero, and all 6 iterations of Black Tiger will get their own position on the ranking system as well, if we so come round to use them. And also the Pegasus Kid will be a separate entity to Chris Benoit as well, to make things a little bit easier for me to book him without getting harassed by people online. I'll be honest, I always worry every time I book Benoit that we are going to get harassment, and we never ever do, to be honest. As I said before with Benoit, similar to what we said about Hogan a few weeks ago, separate the art from the artist, I think, is the idea. What Chris Benoit did to his family was absolutely horrific, but he was still a fantastic wrestler. The two things are completely separate. And I choose to celebrate what we saw as wrestling fans. I mean, yeah, it's difficult to even talk about, isn't it, really? I don't know. Obviously, he was fully to blame for what happened, to be honest, but he obviously was not in a very good mental state due to effectively brain damage and obviously massive grief from the death of Eddie Guerrero as well. It was a right mess, the whole thing. If you've watched the Dark Side of the Ring episode, you know exactly what you're talking about, but you can't forgive what he did, but at the same time, it would be disappointing not to celebrate just how fantastic of a wrestler he was throughout his career as well. And get the art from the artist. But either way, we are avoiding a count-out victory, which is pretty nice. And nice to do, if we did do like a Best of the Super Juniors tournament at some point. I know, let's not talk about extra tournaments when I still haven't done the ones I promised already. And these two guys would be really useful to have in there. We're sort of developing as we go along. We're adding more and more sort of facets to our bow. Is that the right phrase? I don't know, to be honest. And more sort of, I want to try and make sure we do as many different things as possible to utilise different people. If we just keep booking the same people week in, week out, it's going to get boring. And I know people's going to laugh about that with the whole Mr. Iguana and Hulk Hogan situation recently. But then again, I mean, Hulk's getting me massive views. I don't know why. But Hogan seems to be universally loved still. I mean, looking at my screen right now, Hulk Hogan's the most viewed video I've uploaded in the last 2 days. And that was the Hulk Hogan versus Tatsumi Fujinami. And then Hulk Hogan versus Scott Norton got over 500 views. It's madness, isn't it, really? Black Tiger then with the pinfall. I don't know what Black Tiger's finishing maneuver was. Of course, Eddie Guerrero gained the frog splash from his tag team partner, Art Barr, who passed away in the mid-90s or so. So I don't believe he was ever using the frog splash at this point of his career. So I'm not 100% sure what move to be looking out for. Same with Pegasus Kid, to be honest. I've got no idea what Pegasus Kid's finisher maneuvers are. So we're going to be learning these sort of things together. Black Tiger now looking to take up Pegasus Kid in with a suplex. Keeps the grip, rolls the hip. I've got a feeling whoever made this Black Tiger may have just made an attire over an original Eddie Guerrero. We're not going to have accurate moves, but I don't mind that so much. Here is the pin now by Black Tiger 2 on Pegasus Kid. It's only a 2 count. He's heading up to the top. He's going to go for a frog splash, and he is. There's the big frog splash by Black Tiger 2 on Pegasus Kid, and that could be enough to secure the victory. It's not. It's only a 2 count. I was going to say that's a very short match if that is the case. Pegasus now dragging Black Tiger 2 away from the ropes. Pegasus now... Oh, lovely. That submission. I forget what that's called. It's the Last Chancery? Last Chancery? I don't know. I can't remember what it's called now. Nope. Black Tiger completely missed that, whatever the hell that was. Nice spinning neck breaker there by Pegasus Kid. Probably not the best use of those moves, is it really? But there you go. Only a 1 count though. Pegasus now. There was a really, really good unmasked Pegasus Kid on the Community Creations, but the content is damaged for some reason. It's really frustrating because it was a really, really good one. I mean, this is pretty decent, don't get me wrong, but the other one looked outstanding. The chops there and the kick by Pegasus Kid. Now big German suplex on Black Tiger 2. And, okay. Okay. Not quite sure why the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne is here to distract the Pegasus Kid. The game loves to throw a curveball. Not quite sure a chair shot to his head is going to help him too much either. So Pete Dunne interfering in this match for whatever bizarre reason. Smashing Pegasus Kid over the head with a steel chair. I don't know. I mean, we always try and work from stuff like that, but I don't think there is a way to work from that. I don't know what... I mean, and I suppose the obvious answer is Pegasus Kid versus Pete Dunne, but that's a bizarre match on paper, isn't it? Is that a match you're interested in seeing, or is that a match we should just forget and just ignore that interference ever happened? I don't know. Both guys now getting back into the ring. Pegasus was there waiting for Black Tiger. Off he goes off the ropes. Running knee strike right across the gut. And he's heading up to the top. Wheeling Black Tiger back up to his feet. Look at the big double axe handle. There's the pin for the 1, for the 2. Ah, it's only a 2 count. Pegasus now in control, looking to turn Black Tiger over into the sharpshooter position. And he taps Pegasus Kid. Picks up the victory in his debut against Black Tiger number 2. That rhymed. And it was a great match. It really could have gone either way. Today, it went the way of Pegasus Kid. And I like the idea, like I said, of having the likes of Tiger Mask, Jushin Thunder Liger, Ultimo Dragon, these 2 guys as well. We could have a nice, cool little, like, old school Japanese Best of the Super Juniors tournament. I mean, if we just took 8 basic old school New Japan wrestlers and did a little one-off, maybe we could do it as part of one of our weekly shows at some point. And it was a good opportunity for both guys. I mean, Black Tiger hit the Three Amigos, of course, and a Frog Splash. There it is right there. Wasn't enough to pick up the victory. And then, of course, Pegasus Kid from there on started to turn things around. There was the spinning neckbreaker. We saw the interference of Pete Dunne for whatever reason. Which, again, I don't know whether we build upon that or we just ignore it and hope that everyone else forgets about it. The reverse suplex. There was a big double axe handle as well. And that was enough to secure the victory. It wasn't actually, no. It was a sharp shooter after the double axe handle that was enough to get the tap out victory. A very effective maneuver by Pegasus Kid. Well, there we go. 2 new names we hadn't used before, which surprised me because I thought I'd looked at these two in the past, to be honest. Whether I'd used them in the past and just used them as Eddie and Benoit, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. We are going to keep them separate in the ranking system right now. They've got their own entries, and they both now had their first match as well. Pegasus Kid moves up to a +1 after 1 match, and Black Tiger 2 moving down to a -1 after 1 match. Right, that is it for this one. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Hit the like, subscribe, the good stuff, and I'll see you again a little bit later on for our next match of the day as LIJ, Roosh, the Beast Mortos, and Samu Guevara take on Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs.